tell you a story tonight about the long rain. The rain continued. It was a hard rain, a perpetual rain, a sweating and steaming rain. It was a mizzle, a downpour, a fountain, a wiping at the eyes, an undertow at the ankles. It was a rain to down all rains in the memory of rains. It came by the pond and the ton. It hacked at the jungle and cut the trees like scissors and shaved the grass and tunneled the soil and molted the bushes. It shrank men's hands into the hands of wrinkled apes and rained a solid, glassy rain, and it never stopped.
How much farther, Lieutenant?
I don't know, a mile, 1,000, 10,000?
Aren't you sure?
How can I be sure?
If only we knew how much farther to the Sundome, I'd feel so much better.
I don't know, another hour or two?
You really think so?
Of course.
Or are you just lying to keep us happy?
I'm lying to keep you happy. Shut up.
The lieutenant looked up. He had a face that once had been brown, and now the rain had washed it pale, and the rain had washed the color from his eyes, and they were white, as were his teeth, and as was his hair. He was all white, even his uniform in the beginning to turn white, and perhaps a little green with fungus. The lieutenant felt the rain on his cheeks.
How many million years since it stopped raining here on Venus?
Don't be crazy. It never stops raining on Venus. It's like living underwater.
Well, we better get going or we'll find the Sundome yet.
Or we won't find it. It's an hour or so.
Now you're lying to me, Lieutenant.
It's one of those times when you have to lie to yourself, or you go crazy.
The rain danced on their skin, on their wet uniforms. The rain streamed from their noses and ears, from their fingers and knees. They looked like stone fountains frozen in the jungle, issuing forth water from every pore. And as they stood, from a distance, they heard a roar, and the monster came out of the rain. The monster was supported upon 1,000 electric blue legs. It walked swiftly and terribly. It struck down a leg with a driving blow. Everywhere a leg struck, a tree fell and burned. Great whiffs of ozone filled the rainy air, and smoke blew away and was broken up the rain. The monster was a half-mile wide and a mile high, and it fell of the ground like a great blind thing. Sometimes, for a moment, it had no legs at all, and then, in an instant, 1,000 wipes would fall out of its belly, white blue wipes, to string the jungle.
There's the electrical storm. That's the thing that ruined our compasses, and it's coming this way.
Lie down.
Run!
Don't be a fool. It hits the highest points. We may get through unhurt.
The men flopped.
Is it coming?
Coming.
Is it near?
200 yards off.
Near?
There she is.
The storm above them flashed down another series of bolts and then moved on away. Once again there was only the rain, which rapidly cleared the air of the charred smell, and in a moment the men were sitting and waiting for the beat of their hearts to subside into a quiet once more. The single sea. There was only one continent on Venus. This land was 3,000 miles long by 1,000 miles wide, and about the island was the single sea, which covered the entire reigning planet. The single sea, which lay upon the placid shore, was the little motion.
There it is.
There's what?
The Sundome. I think you were right, Lieutenant. Luck. Brother, that puts muscle in me just seeing it. Come on, last one there's the son of a gun. A big pot of coffee for me.
And a pan of cinnamon buns, by God, and just lie there and let the old sun hit you. The guy that invented the sundomes, he should have got a medal.
They ran faster, the yellow globe grew brighter. The sundome was empty and dark. There was no synthetic yellow sun floating in a high gaseous whisper at the center of the blue ceiling. There was no food and waiting. It was cold as a vault, and through 1,000 holes which had been newly punctured in the ceiling of the water stream, the rain fell down, soaking into the thick rugs and heavy modern furniture and splashing on the glass tables. The jungle was growing up like a moss in the room, on top of the bookcases and divans. The rain slashed through the holes and fell upon the three men's faces.
We'll be at the other sun dome by 4 this afternoon.
Sun domes? Look at this one. What if they're all like this one with holes in the ceiling?
We'll have to chance it.
Chance it? I'm tired of chancing it. I'm tired and I want to be alone.
It's only 8 hours off.
After a half hour, they had to sit and wait. Hungry, they waited for it to stop raining.
We've miscalculated.
Just another hour.
What? I can't hear you.
Can't you hear anything?
By God, the rain's got into my ears. I can't hear anything.
Come on.
What?
Nothing. Come on. Can't give up now.
I've got a gun here that says I'm staying. I just don't give a damn anymore. And I'm not crazy yet, but that's the next thing to come. I don't think I want to go out that way. As soon as you get out of sight, I'm going to use this gun on myself.
Simmons.
You said my name. I can read that off your lips.
Simmons.
Look, it's a matter of time. Either I die now or in a few hours. Wait till you get to the next sun dome, if you ever get there, and find rain coming in through the roof. Wouldn't that be nice?
The lieutenant waited and then splashed off in the rain. He turned and called back once, but Simmons was only sitting there with the gun in his hands, waiting for him to get out of sight. He shook his head and waved the lieutenant on. The lieutenant didn't even hear the sound of the gun.
Another 5 minutes. Another 5 minutes, and then I'll walk into the sea and keep walking. We weren't made for this. No Earthman was ever, or will ever, be able to take it.
At a distance, there was a faint yellow smudge in the cold veils of water. He stood before the yellow door. The painted letters over it said, "The Sun Dome." He put his numb hand up to feel it, and then he twisted the doorknob and stumbled in. That's the end of the long rain. Join us next time to see the other foot.
There's the electrical storm. There's the thing that ruined our compasses, and it's coming this way.
Lie down.
Run!
Don't run. Stop talking.
The rain danced on their skin, on their white uniforms.
How many million years since it stopped raining here on Venus?
Floating in a high gaseous whisper at the center of the blue ceiling. What the hell is this?
What the hell?
What the hell?